And we officially squeezed for ape around the $1.86. We discussed this price action when we traded above this ascending line, and we said if we hold above this ascending line, we're gonna have the squeeze over the $2. And this has happened after hours on Friday. We're gonna discuss the price target on Monday and squeeze area because ape is squeezed after hours. We're gonna have to prepare for price action movement, the support, the resistance, and the breakout zone again for ape. Next up, we got Lucid broke out and have a huge squeeze from the $10 as we discussed it in the last year here on our Patreon and our pre-market update, and we said this. But the first signal for strength for the next year around this area, we need to hold above the 12 and the 13 in order to continue toward the 20 and the 29 for the next year. And of course, we do our pre-market update daily on our Patreon and watch list. So what's happened? The price went until almost the $20 as we discussed it after we broke the $10 and a resistant area and the breakout zone, and that's why the price continued to go higher and got rejected, of course, because people triggered profit taking before the $20 price target that we discussed last year. And we're gonna discuss Tesla, of course, because we did chart analysis and the reversal here, if you remember, above the 100, and we said if we broke this current level of resistance around this area, the 124, the price will continue to go higher toward the 160 and now almost the 180. And this is give us a confirmation that the Tesla will continue to go higher after the good earnings, and we got really great earnings. That's why the price reversed and the market maker started buying Tesla. Next up, we got COSM. Last time we discussed COSM, it was above this area, I believe, around the $5 here, and we said if we don't hold, we're gonna have a plunge down above the $2.80, and the price reversed around the bottom price for COSM. I discussed the squeeze area for COSM because something is about to happen for this huge squeeze stock. As everybody knows, after their first split, we did almost 1,600%, but the original profit taken was almost 200 or 300% because we have 1 to 25 reverse split. The last stock we're going to discuss is Mlgo, one of the biggest gainer in the beginning of this year. If you remember, we already talked about it because we did almost over the 100%. We're going to discuss another potential 100% for Mlgo for the next week on Monday. So let's start our video with ape because the price is squeezed in after hours. You see this huge 4-hour candle. If we go here and just take the extended hours and we make it regular hours, you see that we don't have the pump. We just broke from this resistant area that we discussed lately around the $1.86, and then the price broke and squeezed in after hours, and we see it clearly that ape went until the $2.60 and went down. We talked about it since we have this plunge down in the beginning of this year, and we said the ape have potential to squeeze if we hold above this ascending line, and we did. Now what's the game plan? The game plan, we need to have the pre-market above the $2.16, which is our current support, and the bottom for this year should be the 186. What I mean by bottom and support, for the support is mean we have a strong signal that ape will squeeze and continue toward the $2.80 and almost the $4. So we need to watch this support in order to have this reaction when the market open on Monday. If we plunge down around the $1.86, is a sign of weakness, but is not a sell-off. It means we're gonna accumulate and we're gonna take a bit of time to go to the 4, and we're gonna see a rejection around the $2.80. However, if we hold above the $2.60, we're gonna see a break for the $2.80, the first profit taken, and going toward the $4 for the next week. For Lucid, oh man, this one jumped almost 100%, then we went down and we gave almost half of it back. However, there's an interesting level that we have to watch out for, like what we said last year. If we overcome the $10 and 12 and hold above it, is mean continuation for Lucid and going above the $20, because 2 years I think we were an all-time high nearing the $60 and the price plunged down almost the $6, then the price squeezed. So we need to be extremely careful because the short might have another chance to short again Lucid, and this will happen if we broke this purple box above the 10. If we hold above the 10 is me confirmation for a breakout and continuation for a squeeze. In the meantime, we need to hold the 12 and break the 1354 for signal. We're gonna do update pre-market for Lucid because it's pretty volatile. We're gonna do a pre-market and watch list, of course, for Lucid before the market open, just 1 hour, because we have more decisive entry and exit point for Lucid. So stay tuned for that. And of course, we're going to do live streaming after that around 3 p.m. CET or 9 a.m. Eastern time. So stay tuned for this live streaming as well. Tesla. Oh man, this one was a really good and straightforward trade, because we have first the bounce from the 100, but the bottom we couldn't actually predict it. It was really tricky. However, we spotted instead the breakout zone when we did the chart analysis, and we said we have a breakout zone and potential price going toward the 160 and beyond. And this is give us a signal after we have a breakout here around the 124, around the 13 or 17 of January, and the price continued to go higher, and this is give us a signal for a reversal, and we're still holding above this ascending line. Already did another updated chart analysis, and we said this box is a rejection area. That's why the price didn't break last Friday, and we did almost 11%, so this is good. Next Monday we need to have a continuation for this price action. Even if we got rejected, just wait for this reaction, getting rejected below the 200, going back to retest this ascending line, give or take around the 160 and 147. This should be the bottom for Tesla, even if we got rejected around the 200, to continue toward the 230 and beyond. Okay, so watch out for this. We're gonna do short and update analysis for Tesla after we get rejected or break the 200. COSM, oh boy, oh, this one is a massive and big mover. Last Friday we have a great move, and the last week to be exact, we got a really great move for COSM when we reversed from our bottom that we discussed last year, the $2.80, around the $2.80, and the price went higher. Let me just check how much we did from there. We did over 100% span. It's just 2 weeks. We got rejected now around our AMA, and the current support should be above the $5.69 here, and the breakout zone next time is around the $9.25 and the $10. So the game plan, we need to accumulate between this area. This is accumulation area before another pump for COSM. After we break the $9.25, we're gonna do update for COSM. If the break happened after the market open, we're gonna do a video on YouTube. If the price actually broke in pre-market, we're gonna do a short analysis and video pre-market update for COSM play. So watch out for this reaction for COSM. Mlgo, this one is still pumping and have potential to squeeze. Now we got a bit of holding up above this AMA, and I will do update for this one in pre-market as well, because there's potential a gap for this stock, because we have a huge buying pressure when we got rejected around our resistance at $3, and we bought back there. So there is someone buy Mlgo. So this one we gotta do a pre-market update because it's pretty volatile, because if we did the update right now, we will be not precise, because this one is a huge mover. So stay tuned for Mlgo and the other heavy volatile stock like Lucid, even aapl updated chart analysis before the market open to discuss the entry and exit play. Stay tuned for those videos on our Patreon and our live streaming before the market open to hunt for stock that have potential to squeeze. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next update.